I mean, it's a role that I've been training for all my life.
Would you actors have to maintain a character like a spy does? Would you be good as a spy?
I think I'd be a terrible spy.
Why?
I think because I can't hold my, I can't keep my powder dry. Like, if I hear something that is so outrageous, I need to...
Cate Blanchett just dropped a scorching bombshell on Blake Lively, and she didn't even bat an eyelash. The rumor mill's on fire, and Blake's sneaky, backstabbing empire is crumbling faster than her latest box office flop. And who's spilling this piping hot tea? None other than Cate, classy, poised, couture queen Cate, calling out Blake for hijacking her Chanel legacy, dragging her husband's name through the dirt, and feeding her overblown ego like it's Oscar season. You're probably sick of hearing about Blake bulldozing every project she touches, but this drama cuts deep. It's a heart stabber. This isn't some petty Instagram shade or a brand deal squabble. Blake didn't just edge Cate out of Chanel. She shoved her out like Cate was some forgettable extra in her own blockbuster. We're talking Cate Blanchett, honey, a woman whose career is built on raw, unfiltered talent, not curated filters or lemon-infused aesthetics. Being gorgeous doesn't mean you can't be brilliant, and Cate's been slaying that game for years. She was Chanel's face for over a decade, serving elegance, loyalty, and an artistry most celebs can't even spell. She didn't need to post fake deep quotes or stage kitchen photo shoots to prove her worth. She just showed up, brought magic, and made Chanel iconic. Her connection with Chanel wasn't just about looking stunning in a gown, it was soul deep. In 2020, her husband Andrew Upton penned a silent, black and white film for Chanel's cinematic capsule. Oh, it was divine. Emotional, subtle, 2 women, 1 story, no words, just pure expression. No marketing gimmicks, just art. It was the kind of project that could have redefined Chanel's artistic legacy, a testament to Cate's vision and Andrew's storytelling. But then, Blake Lively swooped in like a Hollywood villainess and set the whole vision ablaze. 2 weeks before, filming Cate got a cold corporate email from Chanel. Creative alignment is no longer in place. Translation? You're out, babe. No explanation, no discussion, just gone. And the next thing you know, Blake's strutting as the new face of the exact same campaign. Excuse me, Blake. Where's your moral compass? Where's kindness? In this cutthroat world? These are the questions we need to be asking. Andrew's script, tossed in the trash. Cate's soulful storytelling, swapped for a glitzy crossover. Chanel, Netflix, and Blake's wellness empire mashed into filtered photos, buzzwords, and empowerment quotes that belong on a Pinterest board, not a legacy brand. The industry didn't even blink. When legacy gets erased for younger, flashier branding, Hollywood calls it reinvention. But let's be real. This was theft, not just of Cate's role, but of an entire creative vision already in motion. And when people started digging, the truth got nasty. A stylist from the campaign anonymously spilled that Blake wasn't even the first choice. Her team muscled in later with a multi-brand deal Chanel couldn't resist, complete with promises of cross-platform promotions and social media buzz. So it wasn't about art, it was about money, influence, and Instagram clout. The real fireworks went off at a Chanel dinner in a French chateau. Cate had RSVP'd months earlier, back when she was still the campaign's heart. Everyone assumed she'd bail. Who shows up to that mess? But Cate? She glided in, calm and regal, like a queen stepping into a viper's nest. Her presence alone was a statement. Poised, unbothered, radiating class. Meanwhile, Blake was parked front and center, acting like she invented feminism, tossing her hair and flashing that signature smile. And in the middle of this luxe dinner, surrounded by Chanel's legacy icons and creatives, Blake allegedly purred, "That script was beautiful, but a little dated, don't you think?" The response? A laugh then, "You mean Andrew's script? Legacy doesn't really sell to Jenny." Zat. Ouch. And Cate was 2 tables away, hearing her husband's work trashed while her campaign got a TikTok makeover. Sources say the room felt the chill. Cate's silence was louder than any outburst. She didn't react, didn't say a word, because queens don't stoop to squabble. Days later, Blake's campaign dropped. She was everywhere, Chanel's new voice overnight. No mention of Cate, no hint of the years she spent shaping the brand's narrative with depth. Just Blake, hogging the spotlight with her usual charm and empty girl boss platitudes, all wrapped in a glossy, youth-obsessed package. And somehow, people clapped like it was progress. Oh, Tinseltown. You'd think the drama peaked there, but Blake's PR hurricane was just getting started. On April 16, 2023, a British fashion mag accidentally dropped a nuke. They published an article clearly meant for Cate's original Chanel campaign, before she got ghosted, before the silent film was scrapped, before Blake's glossy takeover. It wasn't even trying to be shady. It was just honest. And that was the problem. At 9 a.m. London time, the article hit. It looked like any other deep dive on Chanel's cinematic series, but then came the tea. It named Andrew Upton as the screenwriter, detailed the film's minimalist, black-and-white vibe, and stressed Cate wasn't just a pretty face, she was steering the campaign's soul. Most damning, it laid out the timeline. Filming was set for March. Cate was locked in since 2020, and this wasn't a creative pivot. It was a replacement. Insiders whispered that Chanel execs panicked when the article surfaced, realizing it exposed their corporate chess game. 3 hours later, poof, the article vanished like it never existed. But this is the internet. Chanel's PR team thought they could outrun screenshots? Laughable. It was on Reddit before they hit delete. The post blew up. Side-by-side comparisons flooded in. Cate's original campaign details versus Blake's final version. The phrasing, the color schemes, even the closing line. It wasn't a new vision. It was a copy-paste with a different star. Reddit didn't just notice, it dragged. One user, Archive Watch, posted screenshots with the caption, "So Chanel deleted this because it didn't match Blake's rollout." This isn't a rebrand, it's a heist. That post hit 14K upvotes in 6 hours. TikTok caught wind and went wild. 6 creators dropped comparison videos in a day. One viral TikTok used a split screen. Cate on one side in her past Chanel campaigns. Blake on the other with the new footage. Caption: "This is how you steal someone's legacy." 2 million views in 2 days. And it wasn't just bored teens gossiping. People pulled receipts, contracts, PR memos, marketing timelines. A fashion YouTuber, Redley Prez Reels, did a takedown video called "The Chanel Campaign Blake Lively Doesn't Want You to Know About." She read from the deleted article and stopped mid-sentence to gasp, "They didn't even change the structure." Fans on X started compiling threads, unearthing old Chanel press releases that referenced Cate's involvement, proving the campaign was hers from the start. Chanel's digital team went into overdrive, wiping metadata, making the cached article vanish from Google in under 2 days. Journalists asking questions? Radio silence. One editor from The Cut tweeted, "Tried getting a comment from Chanel. Read the deleted article. Got nothing but static. The silence is deafening." And that silence screamed louder than any press release. The online frenzy didn't stop at Reddit and TikTok. Fashion blogs picked up the story, with some speculating that Blake's team had been tipped off about the article before it dropped, scrambling to control the narrative. Comment sections overflowed with fans praising Cate's grace and slamming Blake's opportunism. One viral X post read, "Cate Blanchett built Chanel's artistic cred for years, and Blake just waltzed in with her smoothie bowl aesthetic and took it? Nah, sis." The hashtag Sabadu Justice for Cate trended for days, with users sharing clips of Cate's past Chanel campaigns, reminding everyone of her unmatched elegance. The internet was out for blood, and Blake's carefully curated image was taking a beating. While Blake's team scrambled with staged red carpet walks and over-edited promo shots, Cate Blanchett was cooking something else. Not a podcast or some thirsty tell-all interview. She went back to what she does best. Art. Raw, cutting, surgical. Art. In June 2023, 2 months after the article got yanked, Cate and Andrew dropped a surprise play at the Sydney Theatre Company. No glitzy premiere, no Netflix deal, just a quiet listing and a low-key announcement. Written by Andrew, directed by Cate, the plot: a woman loses her narrative to a younger rival who convinces everyone it was hers all along. Sound familiar? The play was originally titled Lines That Weren't Meant to Be Read, but after one preview, they switched the name, reportedly to avoid legal pushback from Chanel's watchful PR machine. Only 400 people saw opening night. No press, no critics, just theater geeks and a few emotionally wrecked fashion interns. But someone recorded a 1-minute clip from the third act and dropped it on Reddit the next morning. And that was it. The internet exploded. Cate's character stares her rival down and delivers a line that set the web on fire. The worst part isn't that you took it, it's that you convinced them it was always yours. And now when they applaud, I'm clapping too, because I don't even recognize what they're praising anymore. That line hit TikTok, Instagram, Tumblr, everywhere. Fashion Twitter reposted it with captions like, "This isn't fiction, it's a confession." TikTok edits paired it with Blake's Chanel campaign shots. One viral post said, "She's not acting, she's spilling the truth." 5 million views in a week. Fans on X called it the classiest clapback in history, while others speculated that Cate had been quietly planning this artistic retaliation for months, letting her work speak where words couldn't. Cate didn't need press. She didn't need to clap back. She just let the truth seep through the art so precisely, so quietly, that the audience didn't realize they were watching a revenge monologue until it was already stuck in their heads. By mid-July 2023, Blake's shiny facade was collapsing like a cheap prop in a storm. And this time, the cracks weren't hidden behind velvet curtains. They were live, leaking, and public. It started with one email. Just one. A leak from Blake's own PR team landed in a Discord server for marketing gossip. Dated July 10, 2023, from Blake's senior brand manager, it had one bolded sentence that lit the internet up. "If Cate's going the art revenge route, we'll need to elevate the language around Blake's arc. Shift messaging to creative reclamation." Creative reclamation? A PR disaster in 2 words. Social media didn't blink. It went for blood. Twitter tore it apart. Memes flew so fast it felt like a digital roast. One tweet from Suraj or PR Fail Central nailed it. "Creative reclamation is what you call it when you steal someone's story, get caught, and rebrand the theft as performance art." It spiraled. Fake campaign slogans popped up everywhere. Someone tweeted, "Just stole my cousin's birthday party idea and called it festive reclamation." Another gem. "Ruined my coworker's pitch and labeled it corporate alignment therapy." By July 12th, creative reclamation was trending, not as a PR win, but as a massive punchline. X users created parody accounts mimicking Blake's wellness brand, posting mock ads with taglines like, "Steal the vibe, call it yours." The internet was merciless. Reddit went wild. Commenters connected the dots in real time. Cate's Berlin quote, the vanished Chanel article, the play, and now this pathetic PR scramble. Blake's team knew they were bleeding credibility and couldn't slap enough hashtags on it to stop the damage. And it didn't stop there. A fashion talk show, Fashion Unfiltered, had planned a Chanel episode with Blake as the star guest. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. A leaked behind-the-scenes clip showed the host rehearsing her intro, and someone on that team had guts. The line? "We're thrilled to talk with Blake Lively about her new Chanel project, and what really happened to the version that was supposed to feature Cate Blanchett." Not the vibe Blake's people were going for. Sources say the host fought with producers to keep the line, arguing it was the elephant in the room. But Blake's team caught wind hours before taping, freaked out, and yanked her from the show. No appearance, no explanation, just a dramatic exit. The clip hit X 2 days later, racking up 2 million views before anyone could say damage control. Caption? "They cut this before Blake ghosted the show." The replies were brutal. One user said it best, "If you're scared of the question, you already know the answer." Fans on TikTok turned the clip into a meme, overlaying it with dramatic music and captions like, "When you know you're guilty, but still want the crown." Blake's team tried one last desperate move, a Viva Vogue cover for August 2023, the big Power Plus image issue, peak Chanel promo. Shoot done, interview recorded, press kit sent. But 48 hours before release, cover quietly pulled. An insider spilled to Glossy Drama Baba. It wasn't editorial strategy, it was reputation management. The backlash was too loud, too fast. A senior writer said, "We couldn't justify putting her on the cover anymore." Translation? Blake was toxic. Meanwhile, Cate stayed silent. But a quote from her February Berlin Award speech resurfaced, reading like a velvet-gloved slap. There's a difference between honoring a story and owning it like it was always yours. It wasn't in the official transcript. Someone in the audience recorded it, posted it to Reddit, and captioned it, "Blanchett just fired the most elegant warning shot ever." TikTok edits paired it with Blake's Chanel clips and Cate's old ones. The visual screamed, "Betrayal." The hashtag #ChareKateTheLastAct trended everywhere. Fans flooded timelines with red carpet clips, throwback interviews, and quotes reminding everyone why Cate's always been untouchable. It wasn't nostalgia. It was a reclamation, a reminder that legacy isn't about likes, it's about endurance. The final blow? A Chanel fan account with 300K followers dropped a video of the brand's 2023 Legacy Collaborator Reel. It featured Kristen Stewart, Penelope Cruz, Florence Welch, Tilda Swinton, and Cate Blanchett. Blake Lively? Not a trace. Edited out like she was never there. The caption didn't hold back. They kept Florence, they kept Kristen, but Blake? Not even a mention. The internet kept dragging. A tweet from our archive detective showed 2 screenshots. One from Blake's Chanel ad, where she says, "Some stories were never told until now," and another from the deleted UK article about Andrew's script ending with, "Some stories are best told in silence." 40,000 reposts in 3 days. The verdict was clear. This wasn't branding, empowerment, or storytelling. It was theft wrapped in luxury perfume and shoved down the public's throat. Blake didn't just lose the narrative. She became the cautionary tale. Hollywood loves a comeback, but it loves watching someone choke on a stolen crown even more. So, spill it. Does Blake have the nerve to stage a comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Will Tinseltown forgive or forget?